We've been kind of warning people, I think, over the last couple of months about, what would happen potentially if we were to just completely leave the southern border, northern border open as it has been over these last couple of months, guys. And the reason why I'm pointing this out is because of obviously the most recent events in New Orleans and along with Vegas, et cetera, guys. Would this be the last situation that happens here, guys? I don't think so, guys. I don't believe so. I mean, it seems to consistently happen to us for some unfortunate reason. We are not liked around the globe at times. And so now, without securing the southern border, what happens? These individuals tend to just walk right in. Why not? It's open, right? I mean, listen, they don't care about their actual border security. But let's see where this takes us, guys. The name of the video is Tom Homan issues warning to migrant criminals. Trump is going to take action. To be honest, I hope so. Let's say suggestion via Discord, guys.
Chaos at the southern border. 3 migrants have been arrested for allegedly killing a Mexican immigration agent after he asked for their IDs. While Texas DPS arrest 11 illegal migrants from Venezuela, Colombia, and Mexico as more rush to cross before Trump takes office. The incoming border czar, Tom Homan, joins us now. Tom, you're the hardest man already in the incoming Trump administration. You're up early. Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us. Let's get right to the news, Tom. You and I have talked extensively about what's happening on the Mexican side of the border, but this assault on the INM agent there, just about 30 miles south of Ciudad Juarez, is something that we typically don't see. Your reaction to that?
It's desperation.
Well, I think we may see more of it. I mean, the President Trump, I'm not speaking for President Trump, but, he's going to take action against the criminal cartels in Mexico. Criminal cartels in Mexico have killed more American people than every terrorist organization in the world. So we're shutting down the border. It's going to put them out of business. So I think you're going to see more violence on the border in the beginning. But it's something we certainly have to do. We got to secure the border because it's the biggest national security vulnerability we've ever seen in this country. So I think you're going to see more cross-border crime in the beginning. But, it's something we expect and something we're going to have to deal with because we have to secure that border.
And, the past 4 years have given us these unprecedented chaos numbers. There's nearly 11 million migrant encounters now at the under the Biden-Harris administration. That doesn't even include the 2 million known gotaways, which could be even higher. And Tom, the New York City mayor here, Eric Adams, that has met with you, that has pledged to work with you again last night, talking about looking for ways to help get this under control. Here's a little bit of what he said yesterday. Listen.
Those who violate their privilege to be in this country by committing serious violent acts should not be in our country.
Absolutely.
And I've made it clear that I'm going to do everything possible to protect New Yorkers. I did it as a cop. I'm going to do it as the mayor of the city of New York. We're looking at...
Guys, I'm going to be honest here. Like, who expected New York to be the one to come out swinging? Of all places, New York City? Guys.
Every option we have, either through executive orders or if we can get help from Albany, I think they're moving in the wrong direction.
They're not going
to
help
country.
you in Albany.
We should be in this country not to harm New Yorkers.
Tom,
and guys, this is kind of what I was waiting for him to finish here so I can get the whole gist of it here. Albany's not going to help. Albany, obviously, being the capital city. Capital city, right, basically. And they're not going to help because the governor is completely fine with what's been going on. They're like, how dare the governor, the mayor of New York City say all these things against us? No, bro, he's right here in this instance. Please get rid of the criminal element. I grew up in New York, okay? So my entire life, I thought that if someone that is an immigrant was to commit some type of crime, that would be the immediate thing that would happen. They would basically be packed up and sent back to wherever they came from, guys. But I guess that was always a myth. And that's absolutely crazy. That definitely needs to be something that actually happens, bro. If you come here and you commit a crime, it is time for you to leave.
Had any more conversations recently with Mayor Adams, and what are some of those options to try and deal with these sanctuary jurisdictions that might try and stand in your way?
Well, Mayor Adams is trying to do the right thing. The problem is he has a city council that doesn't want him to work with ICE. But he is committed on a couple of things. Number one, he's committed to working with public safety threats with ICE. having his officers with us, shoulder to shoulder, to arrest public safety threats in that city, because that's what we're going to prioritize day one. Day one, right out of the gate, are going to be public safety threats and national security threats. He agrees with me. There's plenty in New York City. He wants to make New York City safer. He's also committed to helping us find over 300,000 missing children. Children that many are going to be in New York City. These are children that were, trafficked into the United States, released by the Biden administration to unvetted sponsors, and now they can't find them. Many of these children are going to be in forced labor, forced sex trafficking. Some will be just fine, but we got to find these children, save them, and get them back with their families. And third, he's considering an executive order to get us back into Rikers Island. I mean, I used to when I was ICE director, we had a dozen agents assigned to Rikers Island. We would take hundreds of criminal aliens out of Rikers Island every month. And now we have no presence in Rikers Island because of the sanctuary city law. But he's talking about doing executive action and get us back into Rikers Island, which is arresting a criminal alien in the safety and security of a county jail. It's much safer than going into the community and finding a bad guy on his turf who has access to who knows what weapons, right? So being inside the jail is safe for the alien, it's safer for the officer, and it's much safer for the community. So those are the things we're talking about getting done.
And in particularly the migrant communities, like in the case of the Venezuelan migrant community, being plagued by the Tren de Aragua gang members that continue to grow across the country. You mentioned ICE, Tom, the current acting ICE director, PJ Lechleitner, taking action, we learned yesterday, ending a couple of programs that basically were providing social services to migrants, the wraparound stabilization service and the young adult case management. Basically, in a nutshell, this was millions, if not tens of millions of dollars that the current administration decided to implement, and ICE decided it wasn't effective. I'll give you the last 10 seconds. Your reaction to that?
This administration is spending millions of dollars not to detain people, and this program didn't detain people. Detaining people is cheaper for American people. Immigration ICE beds are much cheaper than any of these programs they came up with. So, in the Trump administration, we'll be using those ICE beds.
We look forward to following it and covering it. Tom Homan, Happy New Year. Thank you for getting up early.
Guys, I mean, obviously it's cheaper if they do it, guys. Like, it's definitely cheaper if they do it. Why? Because everything's going to be basically purchased in bulk. They're going to be reusable, and they're only going to be used for most likely the amount of time that they're going to spend in some type of ICE detention center, exclusively to be then brought back to their country. Now, I am absolutely for the concept of getting rid of 80 to 90% of the individuals that are here that are specifically not here for like actual asylum. I'm not trying to be callous, but the reality is that when the gigantic thing that happened in 2019 happened, like, it messed up the world's economy. We get it, right? A lot of these people that are coming here have currency that's backed off of the US dollar. The US dollar is basically not worth anywhere near what it was before 2019, let's say. And things have gotten hard in their nation, guys. That's the reality. It's gotten hard in their country. But that still does not qualify for asylum, unfortunately. So I think that the individuals that are here for actual refugee status are completely fine. No complaints. I have no issue with the concept of immigration. I just have an issue with the illegal aspect of immigration. I don't care where the people are coming from. None of these things. I just care exclusively about the concept of illegality being able to run rampant throughout our country. I'm not a fan of criminal behavior, regardless of whoever's doing it. I just don't care, Chris, about that type of thing. Either way, listen. Guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'll catch you guys later. I'm just glad that New York is finally attempting to do something meaningful, guys. This is my lightsaber. Hey guys, you guys subscribe to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd, along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Oh, also, Mr. L. Boyd Discusses. Guys, check it out. And if you haven't heard it today, you're amazing.